Let me see if I can get the live feed this morning. Come on, internet. There I am. Edit. So today is Tuesday, April the 1st. Well, I'll get closer to the camera in a minute. So today is Tuesday, April 1st. And I'm going to share it to live videos and memories. Tell everybody good morning. Brittany's in. Is that fan too loud? Anybody? Or can y'all hear me good enough? No. Okay. It's going to be a pretty day today. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow and Thursday and Friday, and so the rain is with us again. I hear the phone, but I can't. Where'd I put it? Cleveland is up early. Well, last night I talked to, good morning, George. I talked with Lindsay, who is our comptroller for Larry's kids, and we're going to order, she's working on some designs. We're going to order shirts and caps. She's going to bring them by for me to approve them. We're going to order them next week, and then we can start getting them out to the people. So in fact, before I make a decision, when she brings the designs by, I'll share it with y'all, and y'all can throw your 2 cents in there. Don't know of anything that happened mind-boggling last night. I think the Rangers got slapped pretty good. Of course, it's super early in the season, so we need to go out and support our Texas Rangers. All of our pro sports teams. I keep hearing people tell me that the Mavericks are going to be in Las Vegas pretty soon. I mean, as a home base. That's that group, the Adelson group, bought them, so I don't guess they've got a basketball team there. Anyway, that'll be a shame if we lose our basketball. I used to watch a little bit. As some of the boys were growing up, we'd go over to the American Airlines Center and watch them play. Okay, first question out of the hat. You went back and listened to a story I did about wanted posters. Okay, what about it? Photo wanted posters. Yeah, there's very few of them between, really between the years 1860 and 1890, 91, 92. There's Raleigh. There was very few wanted posters that had their photos on it. Number one, it was too expensive. Now, there was a lot of handbills with a description. In fact, the only ones that I can think of, and I'm trying to pull it up, the wanted poster, John Wilkes Booth and Surratt and Herald had their photos, and in fact that was the most, Aaron's in, good morning, that was the highest reward up till that date. God, they were paying a lot of money. Robert Leroy Parker, Butch Cassidy, the photo they had of him was an 1890 or 1888 prison photo from Utah. They did not have a photo of Sundance or any of the other ones up until the Fort Worth 5 photo was made. And so that wasn't on a wanted poster. That was just where they got dolled up here in Fort Worth and took that picture at Schwartz Studio on Main Street. So Jesse James, later there was a photo wanted poster of him. There was never a photo wanted poster of Billy the Kid. That was the governor in the newspaper on the second page had a little squib about Billy the Kid. So there was very few, and that's why and I'm not trying to rain on anybody's parade, but the gentleman that Sheridan Taylor and them did the lawman that was arrested 3,000 or 4,000 people, I'm willing to bet anything, and there's no way to prove it. There's got to be a bunch of them that were not the right people, because all they had was a description. And so he'd walk into a town or go into a town and go into a saloon. That people weren't fat and overweight back then, so the descriptions had to fit pretty much 7 out of every 10 men in there drinking. But you know, like I say, that's just like the hotel downtown or in the stockyards that say that Bonnie and Clyde stayed there and stayed there a lot. I don't believe that either. Especially not on the third floor. Clyde Barrow, number one, they never had enough money to stay anywhere. They've stayed in very few places. The only time they ever stayed in an elevated place that they know of for sure is the garage apartment that they stayed in Missouri, and they had a shootout and there was 2 police officers that were killed. That's one question. Okay, what's your next question? Debbie is in, Jeannie's in. I remember you told us Fort Worth had the longest mail stage line. Yeah, it was from Fort Worth to Yuma, Arizona. It was 1,560 miles long. It was called the Butterfield Overland Stage, and it took 7 days to get there. That answers question 2. We need to get y'all on the paying the bicycle deal again pretty quick. First jail in, you talking about a permanent jail, or you talking about first jail in Fort Worth, 1855 and 1856? Middleton Tate donated a section. He owned a city block downtown, kind of basically where the #1 fire station used to be, that's across from the courthouse, that has where you get your license plate. Ephraim Daggett paid to have it built, and that served as the jail until they built a permanent jail in 1884, and that jail was ridiculous. Whoever they hired to do that, Maryland's in, whoever they hired to do that, the doors, the locks didn't work. So basically, for a period of time, they tied the chain around it and used a key lock. I mean, it was ridiculous. They had a lot of escapes from that. That was behind the old 1895 courthouse, which is where they filmed Walker, Texas Ranger. 1884. When they had the jailbreak in the 80s, was my father in that? No. My dad never stayed in jail. I mean, he was arrested several times, but he was always out. No, he was not involved in that. The courthouse then moved to Throckmorton, where it was down. I mean, the jail was downstairs. That's where I spent a few evenings. My dad spent some time there. Donna's in. About John's in. John, what's the weather up there in Michigan? The t-shirts, yeah, so I talked to the comptroller. Lindsay is our comptroller for Larry's Kids, and she's going to bring me some designs next week, and we're going to order some t-shirts and caps, I guess, and then I'll make those available as soon as they come in. We're already into April. Summer's going to fly by, so I was telling her last night, we need to go ahead, and the big corporations that wrote us big checks, $5,000 or $10,000 checks, we need to go ahead and try to start getting them together, because there'll be some sales on bicycles in the summer, probably towards the end of the summer, heading into the winter months. They're going to want to start getting rid of those bicycles. And those people are going to write it off anyway. How much did Sam's in? Between 70 and 80,000. We've got money. I think we've got about 10,000. I'm going to get with Stacy Shores today and find out how we get that nonprofit rated, because 100% of the money went for bikes, toys, or helmets. There's not one person that got anything. In fact, I told Lindsay last night, I've still got in my office the two of the standards with the balloons. Those balloons and those standards, for there was 4 sets of them, so 8 of them was $1,142. We ain't doing that no more. And what the majority, those balloons must be super something big. That was December 14th, and they're still up right now in my office. I'm looking at them. The metal base on the bottom, which kept, the wind from blowing them over. So we won't be doing any balloons this year. $1,142 will buy. If we can get bikes at $60 or $70, that'll buy a bunch of bikes. Sam is in. Sam is our official bike builder. Last year was kind of easy on Sam as compared to some in the future. Now, if you're planning on starting to look for bikes, please get the bigger ones. We need to start with the 24s or something, because we end up with a lot of the smaller bikes. I know they're cheaper, but we end up just having to wholesale give those away. We need 24-inch and up. Yes, you can make a donation. Larry'sKids.org or .com. You can make donations year-round. And we're really looking forward to North Texas Giving Day, which will be coming up later in the year. We're signed up for it this year. Last year we didn't have our nonprofit status back. That thing is amazing. What year what? 1884 was the first permanent jail in Fort Worth. That was before they distinguished county and city jails. There was a number of smaller jails throughout the downtown area. Hell's Half Acre, there was one fairly close to it, but those were all temporary deals. That there was two of them that there was no bars. It was just a building, and they locked the door. Whoever the marshal or sheriff or law enforcement officer was, he'd just leave the guy. It didn't have any windows, and they'd just leave him locked up. And then when they go back to open the door, somebody would stand there with a gun to make sure he wasn't going to rush him. Law enforcement during the Acre was not very efficient. In fact, Ephraim Daggett's son was, I think, and he was a biracial man. For a number of years, he was the only marshal or only law enforcement officer down there. Ephraim Daggett owned the majority of Hell's Half Acre. He's also the guy that Santa Anna surrendered to. And he got the wash basin bowl of Santa Anna, and it was in the Ryan family for a while. In 1936, I got a picture of it. In 1936, with Amon Carter and Josephine Ryan standing inside the log cabin of where Cynthia Ann Parker was kidnapped in Parker County. And after that, it's lost to history. I'd sure like to find it. It's made out of 1,000 silver dollars, Mexican silver dollars. You can get a picture of it. Anytime you want to see anything that I'm talking about, just go to the main group, Memories, and the spyglass. You can just put wash basin bowl. And that's Josephine Ryan in the photo by herself, and the other one is Amon Carter and Josephine Ryan. So it was a large bowl, and the Mexican army was the most battle-worthy army there was in North America at that time. I mean, they fought everybody. It's amazing that the 188 or 184 or 189 volunteers at the Alamo held them off for as long as they did. I think that could have been ended a lot earlier. I think the real reason it took so long is they were waiting on Santa Anna to get there. He was the supreme ruler of Mexico. So he would take that wash basin bowl when he was out fighting wars, and that's what he took a bath in, or spit bath. I'd love to know where. I've heard stories that it's been in the Stripling family, the Monning family, the Carter family. I don't believe any of that. There was kind of a credible lead many years ago that it was in E. Paul Wagner, which was WT's one of his sons. There was E. Paul, Guy, and Electra. At one time, I think E. Paul either had it and displayed it, or he bought it, or something. Now, Betsy Price told me that it was down in a museum in Houston or San Antonio, but nobody's ever told me anything. I put a email out to all of the museums in Texas, and nobody's ever responded that they have it. It's sitting in somebody's house, and they don't know what they've got. It was made of 1,000 Mexican silver dollars. So the story, how did Daggett get it? He's the guy that captured at San Jacinto when we defeated the Mexican army. We defeated Santa Anna, and Daggett made him sign over this area that we call Texas to us, and it became the Republic of Texas. So Daggett had been after Santa Anna he almost got him at another battle, but he escaped. And Santa Anna had a peg leg. He had a artificial wooden leg. Anyway, so in the old movie The Alamo, the hat that Santa Anna wears that's got the feathers on the top, he took that from him. He took his battle jacket, which had the gold epaulets and the gold buttons. He took that wash basin bowl. He took several items. So when we formed the Republic of Texas, Sam Houston became the first president of the Republic of Texas. And so when he started trying to negotiate with Mexico on certain things, they said, before we even start talking, you've got to return all of the stuff back to our hero general. You know, they wanted all that stuff back. And so Sam Houston ordered Ephraim Daggett to give everything back. He gave him everything back except for the gold epaulets on that jacket and that wash basin bowl. I have no clue where the gold epaulets are. How do I know what? I've got a photographic memory. Anything I've ever read or seen since about age 8, I can pretty much recall to the minute. Okay, let's do the sponsors. You need a what? Plumbing. Yeah, we do have a plumbing. Let me get started here at the top. What did I do wrong? I think I screwed up here. Okay, now I've got it back. I hit the wrong key. Winstead Paint and Body. Clay Winstead. I've been doing business with the Winsteads way before Clay had it. 40 years. They're on White Settlement Road, about a block past Roberts Cutoff. Scott is our IT guru. He can build you a website or consultation. He's cheaper than anybody else you'll find. Lance Sanders is our remodeler. Alpha Design and Build. They do commercial and residential. Fort Worth florist Jeanette and her team over there. We've gotten a lot of great reviews. They're way out on Camp Bowie, but you don't have to go out there. You do it all over the internet or over the phone. G2 Garage is in the White Settlement area. Chris and his team over there are ready, willing, and able to take care of you. Phelps Family Auto Care is in the Burleson area. Nothing but great reviews on them. Stroud Auto Supply, Haltom City and Riverside. It's very rare that you see a independent auto supply store, and I actually bought parts there when I was a kid. So it's been around over 60 years. Schwartz and Hanson, Jerry Schwartz and Hanson are our architectural sponsors, and they're very active in the bicycle giveaway also. Tri-State Dent is our paintless dent removal people. They are, door dings, hail damage, anything like that. Scott's got to change and get Rex's bar and grill up. Casey Crawl, his team are experts on Medicare and Medicaid. You can meet them at their office, or they'll come to your place, or they'll meet you in between. Storm prediction in my area. Oh, great. Rains Plumbing. There you go. It's a family-owned business, and today they're going to take care of Robert Rivera's house. He asked me the other day who we use for a plumber. I sent him a deal, and he said they're coming Tuesday. Charlie Guerin, Railhead Barbecue. Charlie's on the board of directors of Larry's Kids, my bicycle giveaway. He's also our state rep. Very active in the bicycle giveaway. His brother is Pete Guerin. He runs the Sid Richardson Foundation, and Charlie got a $5,000 donation for Larry's Kids from them, so Charlie does a good job. Optimist Club of Fort Worth. We just had Jeff Norman in here 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he explained to us all the great stuff that the Optimist Club does. And they're not just Fort Worth or Texas or U.S., they're international. Old South Pancake House. That has been in the Benson family since 1962. Rex Benson is now the owner. When you pull in that parking lot on South University, you're going to be spending your money at one of Rex's businesses, either Rex's Bar and Grill or Old South Pancake House. Jenny Stewart, State Farm Insurance. I've had several people. I recommend you call and get a quote. One lady called me yesterday or the day before, said she saves $57 a month, and she said that's not much, but it's $700 or $800 at the end of the year. Cross Electric. Brandon Cross is our electrical contractor. He was voted DFW's favorites. They do a good job. In fact, Manny Ramirez the other day when I posted Cross Electric's card, he said they use them and they're real good. K Ranch Roofing, Jorge Hernandez. They have put many a roof on for our members. If you think from all this windstorms and damage, if you got roof damage, you call one of those numbers and you'll get Bree. She is the office manager, and she'll set up a time that one of their experts can come out there and look at your roof. Fort Worth Lumber. They've been involved with my stuff for 10 years, 12 years, whatever. Sponsors and very active in the bicycle giveaway. Dickie Carr, that's Richard Carr's nephew. Grateful for Your Trees. There's a list of some of the stuff they do. These guys do it all. They cut trees down, trim trees, grind stumps, plus all that other stuff. Steve Coburn, Coburn's Catering. Coburn's have been around since 1946 on North Main. They used to have a cafeteria there. When I was a kid, I worked at one of my uncle's plants that was about 2 blocks from there, and I'd go over there and eat most of the days if I had the money. I think it was 50 cents or 75 cents. Dickie Carr, Sand and Gravel. That's Pat and Richard Carr. Very, very active in just about everything Fort Worth. In fact, when I made the bicycle giveaway a non-profit last year, Richard and Pat were the first people to write a check for $5,000. Great people. A-Bird AC and Heating is Dub Peacock's company. Yep, he's one of them Peacock boys from Poly. So if you've got any kind of issues with your heat and air unit, all you got to do is call them and they'll send one of their people out and they'll let you know what needs to be done. Eric Walsh. He's on the board of directors at Larry's Kids. Great guy, very active in the community. Used to be co-brother-in-laws with John Green. John Green is a good friend of mine. We miss him. He's been gone many years. Wes Williams is also on the board of directors at Larry's Kids. Here you go. You want to go horseback riding? Yellow Snake Horses, Brazos River Ranch. You go down 20 till you get to Millsap. Takes you about an hour. You're out in the country. Get away from the city. You can ride horses. She's got about 180 or 200 acres down there on the Brazos. Ride horses for a couple hours for $75. And I believe I've got a new real estate lady coming on today, or pretty quick. What else are we talking about? Yeah, it's supposed to rain starting today or tomorrow, and hold on. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Next week it's going to be good. No rain. What else? Yes, Tim Curry. Phil Soros made a post about wear teal, and that's for awareness. Teal is like a color green, basically. And I will post it again. So today is, let me see how he's got it worded. Survivors of sexual violence by helping Tarrant County turn Tarrant County teal on Tuesday, April the 1st. Wear teal and help raise awareness of sexual abuse and sexual assault. And that's put out by our district attorney, Phil Soros. Oh, I should have posted that. So everybody gets something, and I didn't wear anything teal. Is that considered teal? That's kind of a blue. I'm colorblind, so I don't know. I can find something around here, though, that's kind of a teal blue. That is a teal blue. So I got mine. Okay, I'm going to get started here. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up that I've been talking to different members about. We're going to start a roundtable podcast on Saturday that'll last a couple of hours. And we've got so many interesting people, like bringing people like Buddy Whittington and people in the music business. The other day I did a car for Curtis Butts. He and Robert Broyles and some of them, they used to have Phil Alpha and the Mystics. Just kind of talking with people, bringing back memories. So stop by and see me. And it's time to get started on Larry's Kids. Last year was 1,120 new bicycles. This year the goal is 1,400. I've already said it, so need to get to work, people. And this year with 1,400 or however many we do, since I started 38 years, this is the 39th year. I've given away 19,550 bikes. Value them at $50 a piece, which is low for right now, but probably high for 1986 or 7. I've given away $1 million worth of bicycles, new. And it lives on. It's now a non-profit. Next year will be the 40th year. Seems like it's been an eternity. I can remember doing it when I was downtown next to the Firestone. We had some pretty lean years. I always tell people we never went under 200, but we did one year, 1988, we gave away 190 bikes. But I didn't have any internet or any of y'all. All I had was Jack Williams, Charlie Hillard, the McDavid brothers. I had my detail shop customers and the car dealers. Those car dealers stepped up. Dubshaw, Jimmy Worthy, all of the old new car stores. What was the guy's name? Had Holiday Lincoln Mercury. I think his name was Day. Like I say, Dubshaw was on Barry. Jimmy Worthy, David and Bill McDavid, Century Chevrolet, Bill McKay, plus all the wholesalers. Biggest year we ever had up until last year was 1989, gave away 840. I don't know how we accomplished that. And the fire department guys and TCU football players gave the bicycles away. They'd go right down 7th Street and turn at Henderson, and we'd be loading bikes in. Okay, boys and girls, got to go. If you got any old pictures or anything that are sitting up in the closet in a box, you've already enjoyed them a lot. If you want to donate them, you donate them, because if you don't, when you pass, the kids, they're going in the dumpster. I can assure you. All right, y'all keep those cards and letters coming, and I will see y'all